Okay. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at the St. Louis Park Rec Center, the home of the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. They're going to be playing host to the St. Thomas Academy Cadets in high school hockey action. The Cadets ranked number 4 in the most recent Let's Play Hockey Top 10 poll, as they've had themselves one heck of a start of the season so far. The Cadets so far off to a 4-1 start after falling in overtime to a very talented Minnetonka Skipper team by a score of 5-4. They defeated Moorhead 7-4, Eastview 5-1, took down Farmington 4-2, and Holy Family Catholic last week by a score of 4-1. Meanwhile, for the Red Knights, they enter this contest even up at 3 wins against 3 losses, and their schedule so far has really seen some ups and downs. And we're going to welcome in John Conley. When you take a look at the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights, they had no room to work with the Brainerd Warriors, and I think that was really problematic for them on the physical side of the game. But then they came back and played a real nice game against the Hermantown Hawks. Ken Pauley spoke with him before the start of the game, said the defensemen much more engaged in the offensive end of the game for them, which was definitely helpful.
Pete, it's an interesting win, and I think it's a gut check and a character win. They were down on multiple occasions, 3 goals. As I recall, it was 3-0, 4-1. Ended up tied 4-4 after 2, ends up regulation 5-5, and they gutted it out and find a way to win in overtime.
Yeah, they sure did. And, it was one where, good things, I always say, good things are going to happen and bad things are going to happen within the course of a game. And it's how you manage those, where you don't get too giddy when you got a big lead. And, we saw some large leads dissipate over that game. They had 2 3-goal leads at 3-0 and 4-1.
I think the biggest thing, if you're looking at Benilde-St. Margaret's, is how they've responded from last year. They've been a powerhouse year after year after year, even won a state tournament recently. And then last year, it wasn't the type of season that you'd expect. So I think the early question was, would this year be more like last year, or was that the aberration and they'd look a little stronger? Tonight's going to be a big test for them, but I think we do have the answer. They're a little stronger than they were last year and on the right track.
Now for the Cadets, it's going to be in goal Atticus Kelly. He is 1-0 on the season. He has a .950 save percentage so far. Muzzy Donahue was taking the majority of the nods in goal as Kelly was injured. The blue line will be anchored by Ben Stucker, and also who else do we have out there?
Thomas Wingus.
That's right. And then up front, it's going to be Matsui, and he's going to be joined by number 15, Ray Christie. And we're waiting the
Ryan O'Neill's on my line chart. Ryan O'Neill, number 12.
There you go. Ding. We got it. All over it. So the Cadets, once again, a club that's not afraid to put the puck in the net. They got a pair of players in Matsui, Christie, and McFadden, a trio with 9 points on the season so far. Matsui leads the team with the goals scored category with 5. And for the Red Knights, really, I think that the key to their season comes down to what Carson Limesand does in goal.
Pete, I just want to interject here. I'm a purist, and a lot of people follow the hockey jerseys. NHL third jerseys were popular for a while. We've got some classic 2-color schemes. St. Thomas wearing blue with white trim. Benilde, it almost looks like Maple Leafs, Red Wings. Just gets me stoked to be here.
It looks like they're kind of in a cross between 1967 and 1927 with the scripts on the Red Knights. Yeah, you're right. I do the two. It's funny because we were talking about the Red Knights at the start of the game. I was talking to Ken Pauley. I love the Czech Republic look they had on their red, white, and blues. That
Gemini.
Absolutely. By the way, we'd like to mention that tonight's broadcast is presented by Cambria, among others, and that makes it possible right here on the CatholicSportsNetwork.org. We're going to take a time out for your national anthem. A nice solid edition there, a cappella of the national anthem. I got a question for you. John. When someone works the vibrato, do you think that's because they're nervous or for effect?
For effect. I'm going with effect.
Or it's because they don't want to get hung out holding a note either and get pitchy.
But Pete Wags, when somebody works the anthem and follows it up by working the scores table, that's impressive.
We do that at Braemar Arena at the United Invitational. John's a great public address announcer.
Yeah, but that wasn't recorded. He sang it.
I had to do that. Okay, how about this? You'll appreciate this. Junior Gold B State Tournament, quarterfinals. Everybody's all jacked up. I'm trying to get the thing to play. It's playing, but it's at Braemar Arena. There's a problem with the cord.
Oh, no,
everybody's looking.
You had to?
Everybody was looking.
Did you step it up?
I looked up, and I felt the pressure, and it wasn't bad.
It
wasn't bad.
It's not even an option for me. It's like, hey, no anthem.
Here's the great part. I looked at the timekeeper. I said, did you stay at a Holiday Inn last night?
Holiday Express?
He didn't know what I meant.
Yeah.
I said, apparently not. Oh, it started. It was pretty good.
And if you like dated references, Pete, I've got a lot of them. So
okay.
I don't know. I don't think that's the ad campaign anymore, but I can pull back things from the Mikey Likes It era.
Oh, turnover at the line off the shoot. Ryan O'Neill, the shot that's buzzed wide of the mark. Bart Archer will be joining us as he had his dates wrong. Or he's on one. We'll find out. He's on his way. So John Conley, you hear him on some of these Catholic Sports Networks broadcasts, and he'll be joining us throughout the year as well. Thanks for stepping in. Wingus gets the puck back up high in the transition zone as the Cadets will hang on to it, and they love to move it across the line. That's picked off Wingus' stick and sent back in. It's going to be Hain with it for the Red Knights to the corner as they play to the left wing side, or right wing side, rather. Up to the near board, shoveled into the neutral zone. Clark has there had himself a great weekend in Eden Prairie as he was named to the all-tournament team. Kelly sets up back behind the net, gets a little bit of help there from Foley. Right wing on the outlet, picked off and played back in the corner by Matt Kasurik. Off the wickets and taking a swat at that is Jordan Rue. Rue again, he's going to play that one right back in for the Red Knights. Behind the net, gets underneath Kelly's stick as the Red Knights take over. Buzz in the offensive zone through the slot, nobody home. Now on it, it's going to be McFadden as they dribble it into the neutral zone. Nice job there. Oh, position in on goal. One-handed pad save. Nice one by Limesand. A good opportunity there by Bjorn Klein.
St. Thomas able to establish a little pressure here. Nightmare coming out of the zone for Benilde as Callahan, the right defenseman, fell down. All of a sudden, now they're pinned in their own end.
We'll see the Cadets go to work in the offensive zone. 2-on-2 battle out of the corner. Herzog was there with the lumber. Now it's on the skate. I believe that's Callahan with it. Glass into the neutral zone. Oh, held in. Nifty job there. Gets the stick out of for Holmes. Nice work for the Cadets. Now it's center. Shoveled in off the backhand. That's going to be Rue to play back in behind the net. The Cadets will regroup back behind the net. Nice job there to get away from trouble from Blake Holmes as he looks to ring the wall. Nothing doing there. And they'll try the right side with McFadden. He's jammed on the play. And there to take over is Warnert. Charlie Warnert, rather. Up to the near side it goes.
A little confusion in there on the St. Thomas breakout. They had a high position for Herzog. Wasn't ready for the counter move in his direction. He's too high to support the pass.
Back at center ice, it's sent right back in off the stick of Blake Holmes as he's going to chase down the loose change, rings the wall. Cadets will try to fish it free. Nice job. They are quick in transition. Stucker has some room to the left wing side, hangs on to it. Shallow angle. Limesand is there to turn it away with the pad against the post. Now the puck to the corner. It's going to be Hallam with it. Z plays back in behind. It's going to be McNeil to try to guide it along up to the point. Held in neatly there by Shimmick. Now to the right side, Stucker to the point. Now Foley shot, pad save, Limesand. Again, back on it behind the net go the Cadets. They look like the Toronto Maple Leafs if you're just joining us in their blue and white, as John so eloquently stated. And the Red Knights looking like the Red Wings in their familiar white and red.
Pete, I just loved what I saw from Stucker that shift. It's one thing to be fast when you're skating in practice. It's another to be fast with the puck. When he got a puck in the neutral zone, almost looked like the video game boost as he just took off past the defender.
He did find that extra gear. Now it's right wing side. Hain tried to play that through for Joe Collins. Hain again. Oh, they had a redirect. Collins was open down low. Kelly was there to make the save. Back from the corner it goes. Now on it, it's going to be Shimmick. He's turned away. The forecheck ensues. Collins bumps his man. That's Foley. And now it's on the stick of Rob Christie as he turns back, or Ray Christie rather, as he turns into his own zone. Rink wide for Matsui. He's prolific. Looks like Pat Falloon, kind of the same body. Pass in front, they score! Ray Christie takes a beautiful feed from Matsui from the left side for the 1-0 lead.
For Joe Collins. Goal.
And again, they had a redirect.
Zone. Matsui found him. Space just closed so quickly. Bang, before he can get over, it's into the back of the net. Not much you can do there if you're Carson Limesand.
You saw the ability to separate there, John. It made a big difference there as they gained the line and worked their way across. Puck will be sent back into Cadet territory as they regroup behind their own net with a 1-0 lead. Chipped up into the corner as that works its way back down.
Pete, one thing I wanted to mention, and then they scored, it's a good thing they got the goal in the attacking end. St. Thomas is running some very complex breakout schemes. Greg and Tom Vanelli have some things that are not your vanilla breakouts. Early on in the season, the players are struggling to execute.
To the right wing side it goes. This Cadets team is, their strongest suit definitely is their footwork. They're skating very good, John. Back into the neutral zone it goes. It's going to be Seamus Foley with it. Check that. That was Jerome Newhouse who sent that in. They're going to set up camp with Nico Vega behind the net. Check that. That's Blake Holmes, rather, as he looks to the right, comes back to the near side with it. A long pass by Wingus fails to click, and we're going to bring it back into the Cadet zone.
St. Thomas using Jackson Hallam on the left wing there. He's a freshman getting to play with the varsity today. It's one thing to play high school hockey as a freshman, quite another to play on one of the top couple teams in the entire state.
Top 10 was released today from the Let's Play Hockey. It looks a little bit different, but the top 6 teams stayed the same, with Edina, Duluth East, Minnetonka, St. Thomas, Moorhead, and Centennial holding the 1 through 6 slots in that category. A lot of really good high-end teams here in the state of Minnesota this year. Now it's going to be the Cadets on the breakout to the right wing side. Foley, and a penalty is going to be called in the offensive zone.
It's going to be a call on Warnert. So, Pete, about the top teams this year, I think what I'm most excited about is it's scattered with one from each of the sections. So early indication seems that there's a front runner. And as we saw last year with the Edina being the front runner in theirs, the rest of the section spends the whole year trying to figure out, hey, how do we win the big game at the end? And unlike some years where you look at some sections and say, hey, you make the Final Four there, it's kind of like being in the same level of field as the state semis.
It's almost the crapshoot, as we like to say. And you're right, though, with all the sections have a high-end team that if you take the top team at this stage of the season and put them into the state tournament, what a field we'll have.
And it's early, so things can change. But, I think that's what gets me most excited. Now onto this power play. We mentioned, or you mentioned in the pregame, that Limesand's key for Benilde. They fell down early 1-0. If there's a power play goal here, that would just be an absolute disaster for the Red Knights.
And quick puck movement here now as they control with Ryan O'Neill. Now it's Matsui, sends out. Check that. That was Ray Christie who misses the mark. Up to the line, played back into the corner. The Red Knights, Seamus Foley will clear, but not out. Back door they go. Christie's pass is deflected. Nice stick there by Nate Clark to thwart that opportunity. Red Knights find an opening. That's Foley to clear at the length of the ice.
Christie's trying to repay the favor. He was the goal scorer earlier. He tried to connect with Matsui first chance. Second chance, he tried to connect with brother Rob Christie. So it's always nice when you can bury it in the back of the net and also find the open man, which he's trying.
You've got the family chemistry on fire here at the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Here's a chance from up high. Off the stick. Missed the blocker pad there. Steered off to the side. Oh, big check thrown there. At the line now, it's going to be Blake Holmes with it. They'll play it back up high. Wingus is there to find an opening and swat at the length of the ice. Nice piece of work there. Nate Schweitzer on the play.
Great clear by Benilde. There's just 20 seconds remaining on this man advantage for St. Thomas. One more clear, and they'll be in the clear.
10 remaining here in the period.
There it is.
Puck is slung the length of the ice, and back in behind the net it goes. It'll be handled now by Blake Holmes.
Look at this play here. They're coming off the Now we're back to full strength. They still left. I'm sure our cameras did not pick him up. Brendan McFadden out at the far blue line. It's
not the guy you want to leave there either.
It's a lot of unconventional looks early from St. Thomas. Unfortunately for them, they've confused their own players as much as they've confused Benilde.
There's a backdoor chance that Clark was able to deflect aside. And, they had a chance to take that 2-0 lead that you spoke of a little bit ago, John, that would be tough to deal with. Face-off win and handled. Now it's going to be Cade Huntley. They play it back into the zone. Huntley will chase his own change, if you will. He tries to fight off a would-be checker, shrug him off. And now it's going to be Huntley again, back in behind the net. Red Knights will look to fish the zone. McNeil was there, picked off at the line. And then it's going to be handled by Foley across the line. Back to the right wing side. Nice job defense there by the Red Knights for 5-on-5 as they'll look to work it through center ice with Jordan Rue. Has it poked off his stick behind the net. It goes. Newhouse cuts off, looks to the low slot area, and there to pick it up for the Cadets. That was Jackson Hallam. They try to force it up the right wing side. Nothing. Left wing side, nothing doing there. Chase Foley now to the near side. He plays ahead. Off the stick for Huntley to the neutral zone. Controlled by Schweitzer. Schweitzer plays that one back into the corner. And now it's handled by Foley. Bumps the boards as the Cadets will look to stretch it through the neutral zone. Nice angling pass off the stick of O'Neill. And it's going to be picked up by Hain for the Red Knights. The center iceman to the right wing side. Too far for Collins. Stepping up off the boards was Holmes. Gets it back, and he's going to just go pitchfork into the corner. Now it's going to be Schweitzer with it. Ridden off the play. Watched by Ray Christie. Left wing off the boards. Hain picks it up in stride across the line. And against the grain, they're caught offside with 8:17 to go in the first period.
Midpoint of the first period, Pete, I want to go back about 2 shifts. We had something pretty cool where senior captain Chase Foley has a 2-tone helmet. You know the helmet stickers from Ohio State? He's got so many of them on the left side that he's got a blue helmet on the right side. The rest of it's white.
Filling it up. John will stay with us through the period. Bart Archer will be joining us for the second. There's a chance down front. Ray Christie was there. It's going to be Dylan Hain off the boards. Kicked off the foot of Blake Holmes and up and out of play.
Christie's got one already and almost had a second one right there. It's not a surprise when you see him play that he is college committed already.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent out here, no question. The possession and skating ability of this Cadets team is the real deal.
And again, we see the wings very high on the breakout. They managed to get out because it's doing 2 things. Not only are stretching their own side, they're stretching the Red Knights, who have to leave defenders back, creating all that white space.
I've always been a fan, John, of the high breakout. If the defensemen are crashing down on you, give up that man. Let him make contact with you there and just tip to the next guy coming across. Back into the corner it goes. It's going to be picked up by O'Neill. Quickly out of the zone. That's been the name of the game for the Cadets so far. The Red Knights have had their moments in the offensive zone. They find an opening and send it in with 7:10 to go in the first period. That gets through everyone, and icing will be your call.
A lot of focus on zone entry. What I like there is the zone exit. With those high wings that we mentioned, there were no open passing lanes. Actually made a breakout pass leaving the zone to defenseman Blake Holmes, joining in the rush.
Back behind the net now. It's going to be handled by the Red Knights on that play. McNeil, left wing side. It's going to be Warner across the line. That's poked away by the defense, and McFadden is there, but his pass is picked off up in the neutral zone by Keese. Peter Keese, the freshman. And now here come the Cadets with it on. That's Luke Herzog. Up to the line. Wrist shot deflected in on goal. McFadden was there, took the bid from Chase Foley. Here's a big nope. They're going to hang on to it. Foley now. Traffic. Oh, could not see a thing.
Just
missed by inches. Shimmick is there as he pokes at it in the front of the penalty box area. Now it's going to be Foley again. That's off the stick of the Red Knights. Jonah Mortensen. Jet Johnson is also the other wing with Jonah Mortensen. They're without a center here tonight. Dressing 3 are the Red Knights. They did that for the second game of the North-South Classic at Eden Prairie. Did the Red Knights. Now it's going to be Schweitzer with it. Left wing pass fails to click underneath the stick and out down to the far zone by Ian Barr.
Pete, it was about a shift ago we had an interesting play. You had just mentioned you love the breakout where you send the wings high, break out to the center, and just chip it ahead. Benilde was the one to do that through Charlie Warner. Just a sophomore, it's pretty evident that he's got wheels and endurance. He's a skater, and he's going to be active around the puck all game.
Face-off control by the Cadets as they try to play that through the slot area. Under 6 minutes to play here in session number 1. 5:45 to go in the period. Wingus off the boards behind the net. Sliding over is Vega. He looks for his man and Stucker behind the net. And we have a penalty.
They're going to get Barr, I think. I couldn't tell what the call was.
Someone was grabbing their face mask.
15 yards? Automatic first down?
Spot foul.
It is.
Love that.
It is Barr. I don't know if he interfered or elbow or what it was. Nonetheless, it's another power play opportunity for St. Thomas. They generated a few good looks, a couple scoring chances during the last one, win the faceoff. Now they're able to set up some zone time and apply the pressure.
Perfect. Up to the right point, played back into the corner. Handled now by O'Neill to the left wing side for Foley. Foley again, snapper traffic, that's blocked away up to the line. And once again it's Foley, leaves off. Again, a quick wrist shot, chipped into the corner. And once again, Foley will get it. 5-on-4 power play. These Cadets can move it. Wow, are they skilled. On it now, it's Christie. They have a clue on the power play, John, is what I would say. They're definitely looking to set up backdoor here as you see your man, Ray Christie, trolling down here.
I like empty net goals, and that's what they're working for. The other thing, we've seen it 3 times already this shift, all pucks are kept on the ice. Nothing's getting up in the air.
Hard.
So you can get the tips and the rebounds and redirection. Another opportunity there goes through the mid slot.
They've got good juice on their passes with good purpose.
Still a minute to go in this man advantage. They've been
all
fortunate.
Zone time.
All zone time. Never left the zone.
Block shot. Nice job to go down by Norkoski. The big frame up front. Chops it to center. It's going to be O'Neill quickly wanting it on the near side is Matsui. He gets it. Leaves off up high for Rob Christie. Back down for Matsui. Rob Christie catches and releases. Pad save by Limesand. Now it's going to be the Cadets again, controlling to the near corner. Christie pumps it up to the top of the point. They score! Holmes wires it shelf to the blocker for the 2-0 Cadet lead.
I think it does go in the books as Holmes. It came from the blue line. I didn't see a tip or a deflection, so beautiful play there. I mentioned they kept the puck on the ice a lot during the power play. All of a sudden, Holmes sees some white space, finds the upper corner on a quick snapper from the blue line. We've got 4 minutes roughly to go in the first period. Red Knights now trail 2-0. They're going to have to stay out of the box, and they're going to have to take advantage of every scoring opportunity if they want to get back in this game. I just don't see them being able to come back from 3 goals down like they did against Hermantown.
Well,
they were up. They were up.
And, you know, the thing about the Cadets is they love the possession game. They hang on to the puck. But what we do know about the Red Knights is we watched it. They didn't quit. And, you know, Brainerd pounded on them pretty hard physically. This has been a good start for the Red Knights, so they're seeing different games the early part of this season. This is a speed possession game with the Cadets. They saw the physicality of the Brainerd Warriors and sort of the hybrid version of this type of game we're seeing here and the physical game from Hermantown.
They certainly didn't schedule themselves any patsies. They've already faced Duluth, Marshall, I'm trying to remember, St. Michael, Albertville, another good growing community. That was like their easiest game so far. So I think they're really going to be breathing easy when they get to some of the lull later on in the season when they face teams more like St. Louis Park or Chaska.
Penalty coming up. This one's going to be on the Cadets.
Red Knights get exactly what they need. They bounce back from giving up the second goal with an opportunity now to go on the power play. Man advantage, let's see if they can get something set up and establish that zone time like the Cadets did.
Well, I think this would be a very important time for the Red Knights for sure, John.
I talk a lot about breaking the periods into quarters. We're in the fourth quarter of the first period. There's 3 minutes, 8 seconds to go. And how this last 3 minutes plays out says a lot about the tone going into the locker room. If they're able to capture a goal here on the power play, make it 2-1, get through the period, it's a whole lot different than missing a power play opportunity and going in down trailing 2.
No question. Back up to the neutral zone now. It's going to be handled by Dylan Hain with 2:45 to go. This is an area of strength for the Red Knights each and every year. They work on the power play. They work on it in the summer camps. All of the years they've been working with Ken Pauley and the staff if they've come in at Pee Wee and Bantam levels. Nate Clark plays it to the right wing side. Quick one inside the midsection there of Atticus Kelly. That was a James Callahan bid.
I like what I saw. They have managed to spend the first 38 seconds of the power play in the Cadets' end, and that's critical right now for the Red Knights. If they lose the zone and have to regroup, it just runs time off the clock, and they certainly need, an extra attacker to generate some better scoring chances. They haven't had one for about 10 minutes.
There's a wrist shot. Scores! That's how you start it there. Joe Collins with a quick deflection.
Tip in the back of the net. That's just what the doctor ordered. All of a sudden, it changes the complexion of the game greatly. 2:23 to go, first period, and they've cut the margin in half.
Wow, that's as we said, that's a key point. So what do? They respond with a power play goal from the Cadets with a goal of their own, and it's making traffic in front. There you see the redirect. Can we see that one more time, Joey Henches? So here comes you see this look right here. There's the shot. Gets the stick down just at the right time, too. Sometimes you want to leave it there as that target.
Beautiful power play goal there. That's the type of thing that you practice. I spent a week with the women's Olympic team down in Florida and watching Canada, Finland, Sweden. All the teams spent a lot of time working on plays just like that, how to create a goal when you have that man advantage.
2-on-2 battle to the near wall. We're now at the 15-minute mark of period number 1, played back in behind and around. On the move, that's Luke Herzog. He'll fish it back into the corner with traffic all over him for McFadden. And now it's going to be McFadden taking over. Ooh, nearly found Herzog. Now back up high. It's Wingus to the right wing side for Foley. Shoveled into the corner by Christie. Battled for by Herzog. McFadden was there, poked off his stick by Bischel. Up in the air it goes to center, and it's going to be Wingus once again. Wingus dishes that one ahead for McFadden, and they'll play it back to Foley on the right side, deflected back through, no ice on the play. Luke Herzog was there, and the Red Knights will look to chip it to the right wing side.
I like what I'm seeing from Bischel on this shift. Earlier it was Warner. They're both sophomores playing together on the same line with Benilde, and it really bodes well for the future. Benilde's the younger team by quite a bit today.
Here they come with speed. It's Vega hustling to the outside. Stucker pushes that one wide of the goal. Ben Stucker with a good bid there. Nice little rush up the right wing rail there by Vega. Back out of the zone come the Red Knights. That outlet from Nate Clark to the right wing side. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, that one was close. Foley clears to safety. Stucker there to carry away. Back up center he goes. Across the line, leaves off to the right wing. Vega's pass fails to click. Looking for Hallam. Here comes Newhouse on the move. Across the line, inside, tried to go out. Nothing doing there. Nice defensive play and support there by the St. Thomas Academy Cadets. They lead 2-1 with 22 seconds to go here in the first period. Trying to extend on that with that pass, but instead it's picked off and sent right back in by Rue. Now it's going to be the Cadets again with Stucker. Gives it back to the near side on the tape for Hallam. Nice little pass off, and in stride they come across the line. They gain possession. Ray Christie sits on it, tries to find a man cutting across. He does. Down low they go. That was Ryan O'Neill as time expires and ends a very entertaining first period with the Cadets holding the 2-1 lead.
Definitely an entertaining first period. That last shift there, Pete, I love what I saw from Christie. as everything's fast, fast, fast about the game of hockey, it's rare that you have the individual that can just get the puck and slow things down. Very much like a Patrick Kane in the NHL. He just stopped and waited and waited and waited. Finally tried to make the pass. Didn't get through, but you could just see he's the rare player that's able to slow the game down and function at a high pace.
I always equate it this way. When you play with tempo, in a fast tempo, it goes tick, 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 tick. But if you play with feel, you can take that and you can pull it back. And it's easy to defense the same pace. And when you see guys do like that, you now have to make decisions defensively.
And speaking about defensively, did you notice he was standing still and nobody could figure out to go knock him off the puck? Like, it's so unexpected. You think that he's not going to be there. If I go over there and try to hit him, he's not going to be there anymore. So anyway, great way to end the period. 2-1, an early lead, exciting. Bounce back goal there from Benilde makes it a little interesting because the first 10, 12, 14 minutes pretty much all cadets.
Doing a nice job there for sure. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it'll be Bart Archer joining the booth. Great work. We'll be doing more games for sure. John Conley, yeoman's like effort. We'll be back with more right after this on the CatholicSportsNetwork.org.
The energy here is unbelievable, and you can just feel it from the students. You can feel the students are excited.
Everyone is a part of the team. Every faculty member, every student, every teacher is there to make this place a home for everyone so that they can learn, that they can grow spiritually, academically, and that everyone can succeed in whatever they think is the best.
You come in here and there's just this amazing amount of energy, and that energy is seen in the hallways of people passing each other, acknowledging each other, the way the teachers interact with the students and just with each other.
We want to make global leaders. We want to make people who are conscientious of what's going on around them and can not just look at really hard problems, but can really work to solve them.
The faculty and staff at Benilde-St. Margaret's are an incredible group of people. They care deeply about students, they care deeply about education, and a particular kind of education, the kind of education that really helps students to flourish, that helps students tap into their passion, helps students to contribute to the world.
Well, it's really cool to come to a middle school that's connected to the high school because you can meet all your high school teachers and get super comfortable with the school and with everyone who works here before you even go into high school, so that your high school experience is so much more enjoyable.
The ability for a little 7th grader to go up to a junior student and to be friends and to be able to explore their passions together, that's what I think exemplifies the spirit of community and family.
At Benilde-St. Margaret's, we do traditional education very, very well. But where we really thrive is in providing unique educational opportunities that prepare students for the world of tomorrow. So students are inspired to learn next generation skills like creativity and problem solving and critical thinking, and they have opportunities to connect to the real world. So whether it's bringing expertise in from the outside or whether our students are going out into the world and connecting to it through forensics and biomed and engineering and journalism, there are just countless opportunities for students to have these sort of next generation academic opportunities.
Students are coming here for an experience that's going to carry them through into their future. And as 7th and 8th graders, they're coming in looking forward to the high school experience, and they're getting prepared for that. And as high schoolers, they are being prepared for the next, whatever experience comes next for them.
I have looked at plenty of research that says the students that we have here are going to be working in careers and in fields that are not invented yet. And the kids who graduate from BSM go out and do amazing things.
I love the technology. It's something that I have found so incredibly helpful. The idea that I don't have to carry around textbooks for all of my classes, and the idea that I'm so connected using like Google Docs with friends that we can do projects together. It's something that I feel like really helps your education, and it's something that you'll use in college and after college, and I think this is a good place to start learning how to use it.
They just seem a little more advanced, and they just seem to have a little bit of an edge, and I think it's because they were part of this community where they had so many opportunities, and not just academic.
BSM is a place that offers everything to everyone, and I always tell parents, get involved, and I want your kids to get involved. That's how they create their friendships.
With over 29 different sports and over 30 different clubs and activities, we have something for everyone. I highly recommend that kids join an activity, even things they haven't done before. Really step outside themselves, because they find they really have good experiences meeting other kids outside their comfort zone, and they quickly find how much they enjoy things, whether you haven't done it before or whether you have.
These are kids that are going to do great in life, who are going to give back to the community, and that little extra something they pick up at Benilde-St. Margaret's is going to help them even be greater.
There is an aura of respect in this community. It's respect. I saw it on the day that I came here. It was respect for teacher to student, student to teacher, student to student. There is a pervasive aura of respect, and we've got it, and we've always had it, and that's not going to leave us. We're just getting stronger, and I think it's a commodity that's increasingly in demand and desperately needed by our young people. And I would tell any parent to bring their child here for that very reason, if no other.
The energy here is unbelievable, and you can just feel it from the students. You can feel the students are excited.
Everyone is a part of the team. Every faculty member, every student, every teacher is there to make this place a home for everyone so that they can learn, that they can grow spiritually, academically, and that everyone can succeed in whatever they think is the best.
You come in here and there's just this amazing amount of energy, and that energy is seen in the hallways of people passing each other, acknowledging each other, the way the teachers interact with the students and just with each other.
We want to make global leaders. We want to make people who are conscientious of what's going on around them and can not just look at really hard problems, but can really work to solve them.
The faculty and staff at Benilde-St. Margaret's are an incredible group of people. They care deeply about students, they care deeply about education, and a particular kind of education, the kind of education that really helps students to flourish, that helps students tap into their passion, helps students to contribute to the world.
Well, it's really cool to come to a middle school that's connected to the high school, because you can meet all your high school teachers and get super comfortable with the school and with everyone who works here before you even go into high school, so that your high school experience is so much more enjoyable.
The ability for a little 7th grader to go up to a junior student and to like be friends and to be able to explore their passions together, that's what I think exemplifies the spirit of community and family.
At Benilde-St. Margaret's, we do traditional education very, very well. But where we really thrive is in providing unique educational opportunities that prepare students for the world of tomorrow. So students are inspired to learn next generation skills like creativity and problem solving and critical thinking, and they have opportunities to connect to the real world. So whether it's bringing expertise in from the outside or whether our students are going out into the world and connecting to it through forensics and biomed and engineering and journalism, there are just countless opportunities for students to have these sort of next generation academic opportunities.
Students are coming here for an experience that's going to carry them through into their future. And as 7th and 8th graders, they're coming in looking forward to the high school experience, and they're getting prepared for that. And as high schoolers, they are being prepared for the next, whatever experience comes next for them. I have looked at plenty of research that says the students that we have here are going to be working in careers and in fields that are not invented yet. And the kids who graduate from BSM go out and do amazing things.
I love the technology. It's something that I have found so incredibly helpful. The idea that I don't have to carry around textbooks for all of my classes, and the idea that I'm so connected using like Google Docs with friends that we can do projects together. It's something that I feel like really helps your education, and it's something that you'll use in college and after college, and I think this is a good place to start learning how to use it.
They just seem a little more advanced, and they just seem to have a little bit of an edge, and I think it's because they were part of this community where they had so many opportunities, and not just academic.
BSM is a place that offers everything to everyone. And I always tell parents, get involved, and I want your kids to get involved. That's how they create their friendships.
With over 29 different sports and over 30 different clubs and activities, we have something for everyone. I highly recommend that kids join an activity, even things they haven't done before. Really step outside themselves, because they find they really have good experiences meeting other kids outside their comfort zone, and they quickly find how much they enjoy things, whether you haven't done it before or whether you have.
These are kids that are going to do great in life, who are going to give back to the community, and that little extra something they pick up at Benilde-St. Margaret's is going to help them even be greater.
There is an aura of respect in this community. It's respect. I saw it on the day that I came here. It was respect for teacher to student, student to teacher, student to student. There is a pervasive aura of respect, and we've got it, and we've always had it, and that's not going to leave us. We're just getting stronger, and I think it's a commodity that's increasingly in demand and desperate.
Rec Center along with Bart Archer. I'm Pete Wagner, stepping in back into the seat, taking over for John Conley. Did yeoman's like effort there.
Hey, it was a little effort getting here. Happy to be here, and it looks like we got a pretty good game on our hands.
Yeah, we do have a really good game on our hands, and there's a statistic from the first period. We'll get you all up to speed on those, but the most telling one to me are shots attempted for the Red Knights. For the Cadets, 22 for the period, and they had 9 hit the target, 7 blocked by Red Knights, 6 off the mark.
Wow.
Meanwhile, for the Red Knights, 6 total shots attempted at the net. 5 made it on by the goal, and 1 was scored. All 6 of their shots hit the mark.
Well, they need to get more shots on goal.
It's just a numbers game.
That's pretty impressive. St. Thomas Academy getting over 20 shots and at least even attempted during a period is pretty impressive.
It is very impressive, Bart. So take a look at the scoring breakdown, if you will.
Well, it was Ray Christie that opened the scoring at the 3:51 mark of the first period with his 5th from Peyton Matsui. Then on the power play was Peyton Matsui at the 13:03 mark from Blake Holmes and Ray Christie. And then Benilde-St. Margaret's at the 14:37 mark on the power play. Joe Collins with a 6 from Nate Clark and James Callahan.
And there you have it. That's where we stand right now. There's a chance from the top of the right point that was blocked. Back into the corner it goes, and out come the Red Knights, chipping it ahead. Quickly on the move, they'll walk the line. Nice pass to the right wing side, off the post. What a chance by Charlie Bischel as he goes dinner bell hardcore.
Yeah, and him and Newhouse working it, but he had a good look, and he got it to the open man as the defense converged on the left side, came in, got a pretty good shot on goal, and I think that might have been Newhouse that actually took that shot, but nice play by the St. Thomas Academy goaltender to ramp that one up and out of play face-off to his left. 15:51 as we stayed at St. Thomas Academy 2, Benilde-St. Margaret's 1.
Continuing coverage presented by Housing Hub right here on the CatholicSportsNetwork.org. Plenty of Catholic sports to be covered, especially with the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights and the Academy of Holy Angel Stars. Great to have you on board here tonight between two high-end clubs here in the state of Minnesota. The number 4 ranked St. Thomas Academy Cadets. There's a chance across the line they go with Rob Christie. He's wedged off the corner, off the puck. It's going to be McFadden with it up to the line. That's underneath the stick. Fanned on, played back down the rail, and that's going to be into the bench area and whistled down.
Yeah, faceoff's going to be outside the zone. Pete, you said the Ray Christie, gifted playmaker, power play specialist, showing his wares tonight. And Rob Christie as well, a working type player. He moves very, very well for his size, but Benilde-St. Margaret's has a challenge in front of him to try to contain those. But I really like what I've seen as far as Benilde-St. Margaret's. They played positionally very sound and challenge on each play.
Steered aside there by Atticus Kelly. Here come the Cadets to the right wing. That's too far for Nico Vega. Off his stick to the corner it goes. Vega plays back behind. He has Stucker there with him. 9 and 10. Stucker now with number 10. Back off the side of the mark. And Carson Limesand was there to make the play.
Well, it was a situation where Stucker wanted to just punch it up in the gut, but nice defensive play by the Benilde-St. Margaret defender, forcing him to the outside, and he just threw the puck into an area where he thought he might have support. But the Benilde-St. Margaret's goaltender covered it. Wise decision. 14:57 left in the second period. St. Thomas pressing up by 1.
Good zone time for them. 50-50 pulled out of there by the Red Knights. Here they come out of the zone. It's going to be Nate Clark with it. Chips it back into the neutral zone. Now Foley with it. Right back at you. Rink wide they go on the move. Now it's going to be Ray Christie. Ray Christie had that poked off his stick. Rather, that was Cade Huntley with it. And they're going to play this one back into the corner. Stucker is hit. He had Huntley cycling to the corner. It's going to be picked off from the slot area by the Red Knights and back out of the zone with Matt Kasurik. He'll play this one back into the corner. Kasurik. Wow, nice pass out front for the trolling Newhouse. Clark, a shot, didn't get all of it. Looked like he fanned on it. Oh, it's played down with the hand of the stick by Rue. Couldn't get it done. They're going to play it back up to the line. Held in, nifty job there. It's going to be played down fully. That was a nice job by Clark with quick mitts. Kasurik centers that one out front and on goal. Kelly the save. The puck is loose. Rebound. And he finally covers it up. Matt Kasurik has been very impressive for this Red Knight team. A point a game at 4 goals and 2 assists so far, and you saw why off the end wall. Reminds me, I was saying the other day, of Mike Gartner, Bart Archer. Watch the skating style.
Oh, I like that, actually. Obviously, a Story goal scorer for the Minnesota North Stars, but he did a nice job. They had numbers coming in, chipped it to an area where he knew he could win the battle to that puck and really forced them to defend. Really a nice defensive play by the Cadets. Chase Foley really used his busy stick to thwart what might have been a golden opportunity for the Red Knights.
Underneath the skate there of the Red Knights, Seamus Foley, and it's going to be Matsui to come away with it out of the corner, watched by Clark, who can't really get too wrapped up in there. That'd be trouble. O'Neill plays that one to the near corner. Spaded out of there by the Red Knights. Ian Barr in the corner.
Ooh.
As they play this back through. It's going to be Christie with it. That's Ray Christie back behind. Up to Ray Christie again, one of the captains. Oh, off the mask and down the sweater. It just rolled right into the back of the net of Limesand. That could have been dangerous there, as it could have rolled the other way and into the back of the net, but instead it's still 2-1.
Yeah, and those shoulder saves, as you all know, Pete, as a goaltender, they're very hard to contain the rebound. He did a nice job of corralling that puck in and holding on to it, but it was a pretty decent shot from Ray Christie from pretty far away, but tried to go top waffle side, but to no avail. Nice save by the Red Knights goaltender.
Straight off the gobbler. Could hear the plexiglass rattle. Red Knights with the face-off. They had an 8-7 face-off advantage in period number 1, so pretty much a wash for both of these additions. Be the Cadets in control up to the near side. Ray Christie is jammed on the play there by Collins. Across the line they go as they try to advance their way down the wing. Red Knights will play ahead. On it now, it's going to be handled by Barr as Barr looks to play back in from the corner. Tries to spade it free as he gets jammed on the play. Joe Collins takes over out of the corner. Ian Collins is a kid I coached in baseball about 15 years ago. What's going on?
Funny how those things sneak back in.
You show your age.
It doesn't get any better the older you get either,
Bart
by
Archer.
the way.
I can hardly wait. Matsui rings the wall.
And you are?
And I'm taking product for that, too. You'd barely notice. Here come the Red Knights winding it up. Callahan back up in the center ice area. Chip back in. Controlled there by Schweitzer. Schweitzer with it. Handled by Collins again. Back behind the net. Now to be Holmes. Plays back behind once again. Shimmick was there. Shimmick's shot or pass was deflected. Bounding puck controlled there off the stick of Warnert. Red Knights with it. Ooh, he tried to find his man in Bischel coming across. Bischel rang the post not long ago. Across the line now it's going to be Rob Christie. To the right wing corner he goes. Up to the line, trickles into the neutral zone, and regrouping it's going to be Shimmick. Plays to the right side for Christie. Picked off there by Bischel for the Red Knights. To the right wing side they go. And now it's going to be controlled once again by the Red Knights as they look back in with Warnert. Hustling in on that play on the turnovers, McFadden. They center the puck back to the slot area. Nothing doing there. Rob Christie was there. Back up to the line they go. Backpedaling is Carter Henry on the blue line for the Cadets. That hits Warnert. Oh, nice job to gather it in from the back heel of his skate onto his stick. Impressive.
Indeed.
Rob Christie, look out, runs into a stiff check there, and the Red Knights' James Norkoski is going to wind it up. Sends a pass off the skates there of Charlie Warnert. Back to the line. They're going to play this one down. Nice pass up high, too far for Warnert. And it's going to be Clark to take back over for the Red Knights. Look to his left. He's going to cross with his partner, McNeil. Instead sends it in deep, and storming in, it's going to be Newhouse as his centering feed fails to click for Bischel. And here they come out of the zone. Jammed on the play there was Vega. Nice back check thrown in by Jordan Rue with the back pressure. Rue with it. Plays back behind. Too far on the play for Foley as they try to shove it up the wall. 1-on-1, now 2-on-2 battle. They continue to work for the loose change, and now it's picked up by the Red Knights momentarily. Oh, and that one just fails to click, and back behind the net it goes. Fighting through that would-be check was Vega, a house of fire. Now it's Wingus. His pass goes left side. Foley back down to the corner. Vega. He has Stucker in the slot area. Now it's Wingus back for Foley. Bounding puck. They got to lay that thing down. It's tricky. It's like a jumping bean out there right now. And now it's still rolling. Back in behind. It's still rolling. Okay, now they get it. Is that still a puck, or are there chunks taken out of that thing? Wingus across the line. He has Ray Christie with him. Trolling as well as Matsui. And they'll play this one up to the right side. That's picked off. Nice job taking that would-be pass away. It was Kasurik. Back at center ice. It's swatted right back in by the Cadets. Foot race to the corner. Foley was jammed. That gets through Foley. Look out, we're going to keep playing, though. Oh, as Kelly lets that go wide of him. I always get nervous with those, Bart Archer.
Well, and I think there were some tired legs out on the ice. I really like what I see out of this Benilde-St. Margaret squad. They're winning the battles to the loose pucks. They're winning the battles along the wall. They're getting in deep. They're moving the puck around. A couple miscues on some passing, maybe a little bit off on timing, but I really like the brand that they're playing right now. They're forcing St. Thomas Academy to make plays, and they're having a challenge doing it. So tip and tap on the shins to this Benilde-St. Margaret squad. Been a good period so far.
There's a quick wrist shot through traffic that's poked away by the Red Knights as they race out of the zone on the puck now. That's Hain with it, right wing. Sends it in on Kelly. Puck is going to trickle in on him, and they're going to whistle that one down. Well, nice transitional opportunity for the Red Knights.
Absolutely, and they're showing some confidence. That fourth skater floating in, joining the play, so it was a 4-on-2 basically. They did get a good shot. On those situations, you want to at least ensure that you get a good look at the goal and force them to make a play. And once Atticus Kelly made that play, they converged quite well. So very aggressive offensive play by the Red Knights. I think they're playing with some confidence right now.
Indeed, they are. By the way, if you're a high school hockey fan, you're going to want to check out thestateofhockey.com. Bart Archer and yours truly will be at Braemar Arena for 6 big games.
Oh, I can't.
I'll be doing 5. You'll be doing 6. You'll be joined by Patrick Lilia. Got some personal business to take care of on the second tilt.
Sure.
Turned over at the line. It's going to be Ray Christie 2-on-1 with Matsui. Now it's quickly turned into a 2-on-2 because the Red Knights hustled back. Back behind the net. Looking to gain position. Red Knights will shovel that one ahead. Picked off. Oh, Matsui, he can transition. Oh, he scored! Oh, I went too soon. What a save by Lime Sand. He got his hand on that, Bart Archer, right?
Indeed he did, but I think there was also a whiff involved, but it stayed out of the net, and that's what's important. But St. Thomas got to be disappointed. They had a golden opportunity they can cash in, which is unusual for the Cadets.
Red Knights chip ahead. It still remains 2-1, and it's going to be turned back up ice by Shimmick. He's bothered on the play. Goes to the right wing for Rob Christie. puts on the brakes, looks to his left. It's poked off his stick, but he keeps it alive. Wide open. Limestad, a big save. Here come the Red Knights back out of the zone. Warner gets away from one man. 1-on-4. Good luck with that, and that's about what's going to happen. Back into the corner it goes. To be controlled and swung around the rails. Sliding down from the points, Peter Keys in front. That one nearly hits the stick of the defenseman there, Chase Foley, and gave Kelly some issues. Now Foley, one of the captains of this edition, across the line, runs into a check there by McNeil, and now it's going to be Ray Christie with it. Turns and looks. Nope, he's going to try and play it to the corner. Can't get a handle on it as he's hounded off the right wing wall. Going to call a hand pass there on the Cadets.
But again, what a great challenge along the wall by the Red Knights in their own zone. St. Thomas Academy, generally, if they get a golden opportunity,
here's that
to cash
chance
it in.
right here, Bart.
Absolutely.
There's a quick
But he may have got a piece of that, or there may have been a whiff. But you aren't going to see a look like that too often, and there's no mulligans in hockey, unfortunately. But obviously, Benilde-St. Margaret's dodged a bullet on that one. But it only makes St. Thomas Academy a little bit more hungry. But it seemed like Benilde-St. Margaret's, how that one forward got behind them all alone, one-on-one with a goaltender, was a breakdown on the defensive side. They're going to still have to mind their defensive responsibilities.
Rob Christie had a goal.
Yeah.
He had that side of the net if he really wanted it, but, went for the they wanted the #1 goal on the High School Hockey Weekly that you can see on the stateofhockey.com. By the way, if you go to the Red Knights page, you can get the Pauley podcast presented by Cambria. Fantastic stuff. Names the player of the week, the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Very solid.
He is a magnanimous personality, I will say that.
Your guy?
Kenny Pauley.
Nobody better.
Nobody better. Face-off outside the St. Thomas zone. St. Thomas wins.
They do indeed, as they play that off the boards and up and out of play.
You brought up about the face-offs being 8-7, St. Thomas advantage in the first period. That might be kind of bah humbug by St. Thomas, but I think that's an important statistic for the Red Knights. If they can kind of draw about the 50% mark, they can possess the puck a little bit more, and the more time that you can possess, the less time St. Thomas does. So I think that's a key stat for this Red Knight squad.
Absolutely it is.
They have to sustain that, though.
Puck is played back in behind the net. 7:02 to go in the period. Cadets in front, saved by Limestad, or that would landed on the stick. Either way, back out of the zone they go of Nate Schweitzer. Schweitzer shoots, and Kelly makes a save. So Limestad, we talked about him in the pregame when I was meeting with a couple of the members of the coaching staff of the Red Knights. They said if he plays well, it could be an interesting game, and he's playing very well.
Well, indeed he is, but it really comes down to the people and how they play in front of him as well. If they give him a chance to see the puck, generally at this level, they're going to make that save, and he's no exception, but you can see he's athletic in goal. He's made a couple big saves, but again, the defense have to be there to support. Couple vulnerable times in front of their own net. Benilde's going to have to clean that up.
Indeed they are. There's a 50-50 once again. Poked back into the corner by the Cadets as they'll play it up high in the air. That's Wingus in front of the Red Knight bench area. And on it, it's Matsui as he's just going to regroup and play it to the near wing for Blake Holmes, the defenseman. Rink wide for Wingus. Watched on the play by Collins. Now it's Matsui. Waits. Now he plays over to the near side. Had to, as O'Neill will carry that and pump it back in behind the net. Clark is there. Off the glass to center. Wingus looks up ice. That's cut off by Collins. Plays at the Cadet line as they survey to the right wing side. Across the line, looking to cut to the forehand off the rush was Holmes. Keeps it, scores! Oh, he goes shelf for the 3-1 lead. What an effort, Bart Archer.
Yeah, indeed it was, and that's Blake Holmes, senior defenseman, actually navigated through traffic, gained the zone, kind of straddled the blue line, and then they kind of softened up a little bit. There you can see, straddled the line, and there were plenty of Red Knights around him, but they just kind of stopped. They were moving their feet, and he just worked around and picked a top shelf. Boy, that you can't. That's a goal scorer's goal right there for a defenseman. That's awful impressive.
Indeed it is. That's impressive work, and he's got 4 or 5 Red Knights around him, just kind of kept swatting away at it. And, when you lean with your stick and don't play the body, that's what's going to happen in that situation. You have every right to play the body in that.
Well, if you have numbers like that, one guy takes the man, the other one tends for the puck, but you just can't let him walk in unabated.
And then, the other 3 can take off and get open.
Absolutely. That's his 3rd goal of the season, so he's not unusual scoring.
Looks like it. There's a snapper, stick save, Limestad off the boards, or off the glass, rather.
That's
that was
a good save.
Ray Christie bid. Good one to come back with, Bart.
That's exactly what I meant, because he went down, he covered the 5-hole, the vulnerable areas, took away the high percentage shots, and he was outside his crease just enough to show that he still has the confidence that you look for.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that goal. It was a snipe.
No.
It was a shelf.
No.
You know, it is what it is, and you got to come back and make it happen. Once again, tonight's coverage here on the Catholic Sports Network for the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights in St. Thomas Academy Cadets, presented by Cambria and Housing Hub. We're in the Cambria Housing Hub press box as we speak.
Awesome.
I just named it
Right,
that.
I like that.
Everything's sponsored these days. We'll have the next one, the fingernail biting session or section presented by.
Well, I'm a charter member.
Are you? Foley's shot steered aside by Lime. Stand up off the glass. Bischel was there. They look to break it out, but they're going to have to get through the physical play of Herzog, who muscles his way to the slot area, and the Red Knights just content to put it right back where it came from. That was Callahan on the play. Bischel down low now. Protects and plays back in behind, around to the near wing. Norkoski is there. He's checked on the play. Back in behind. They're going to ring the rail again. Now it's like, this is almost like Groundhog Day.
Oh.
One side or the other.
Yeah. But this is kind of a vulnerable point of the second period.
Down goes a Red Knight. Penalty is going to be called. That's going to be on Luke Herzog, the junior forward. Red Knights maintain possession. Oh, not quite. And the power play will be employed.
Well, this is really, it obviously was a penalty, but it's kind of a gift for the Red Knights. Just 4:34 left in the second period. I was going to say, around the 5-minute mark of the long line change period, which would be known as the second, sometimes it gets a little vulnerable. People get out a little longer, they fatigue a little bit quicker, and things can happen. But what a great opportunity it is for the Red Knights. They have a power play that's kind of struggling so far. They're looking to right that ship. And St. Thomas Academy's penalty kill also has room for improvement as well. Should be interesting. 4:34 left in this period. St. Thomas Academy 2-goal lead, but Benilde-St. Margaret's on the power play.
We've had a nice steady crowd assembling here on our stream throughout the night.
Tough place to park.
Averaging some major views or minutes per view. I appreciate that.
We always
As
appreciate
do the
it.
Red Knights. Hayne across line. Nice drop pass there. Scores! Nate Schweitzer, the defenseman, steps up and takes a nifty pass and wires it shelf for the 3-2 deficit. Power play goal for the Red Knights.
Well, he picked a nice time to get in the goal-scoring column on the score sheet. That's his first of the year, but what a good shot it was. Glove side just under the bar, but make no mistake about it. He answered the bell for that previous goal from Holmes, St. Thomas Academy, but you saw it right there. He just very clean shot.
Take a look one more time at that. You'll see the defenseman here, Bart, kind of went down on that. We'll take a second on the break. But he went down to try to block the shot that opened up the ability to take a quick move around him and then continue to shovel it into the shelf.
And showed a little patience.
Now it's going to be played back around the wall to the near side. Ray Christie is there. Leaves it up on the way for O'Neill. Tries to submarine one would-be checker. And Clark's going to go now. And now to be the Cadets that have an opportunity to work their magic on the power play.
Well, O'Neill forced him to make a play. Once he got inside the blue line, he actually pivoted in, and they just reached their stick out a little bit, caught him. But kind of an even-up penalty, but it was a legitimate penalty, so now St. Thomas Academy has a chance to answer on the power play.
And go to work.
But this is a really kind of a defining moment for this Benilde-St. Margaret team. Going down by 2 into the period, assuming nothing else would happen, would be a tall order, so to speak. But if they can kill this penalty, it's going to give them a little energy and a little mojo going into the period, or at least finishing out the second period.
Up at the line it goes now. Having a little issue with the camera cord here. See if we can get that put together. And it's going to be played back up to the line. In center it goes. Handled by Foley as he turns. Leaves up. And it's sent back through. Wide of the mark. Off the glass. Matsui is there. And they'll control and play that one back up and through. There's a chance to the slot. A big save by Limesand. That's a big save there, Bart.
Well, indeed, and he stretched out the pads and covered that net. But what St. Thomas is very good once they get between the dots is they're very good at going to the net, turning and firing, sometimes from different angles. So they force you to defend the whole sheet of the ice, so to speak. But that was a great opportunity that Limestone denied. 2:56 left in the second period. St. Thomas on the power play, our offensive zone faceoff, which they win.
Back up to the line. It's going to be handled and controlled. Having some in and out with the camera. We'll get that squared away for you. Wrist shot, pad, save, turned aside. And now it's going to be handled by the Cadets one more time. Back to the corner. They've got 48 to go in the man advantage to the slot. Nice stick lifted there as they took it away. To the slot area, there's Hain that sends that one the length of the ice.
Well, really nice positioning by Benilde. They're really taking away the passing lanes, forcing everything outside. When they try to go inside, a nice deflection and clear by Benilde, burning some time off the clock. Just 30 seconds left in the penalty to Clark of Benilde. And here comes the Cadets, gains the neutral zone.
Well, once again, Bart, for the Red Knights, keeping the Cadets' power play at bay is going to be the big challenge. They're down by a goal here. This game looks like it's going to kind of go down to the wire between these two clubs. They kill off the penalty, and we'll see if that energizes this club offensively.
Well, indeed it does. If you have a power play and don't score, you might lose a little bit of energy, but if you kill off a successful kill, it picks up the bench a little bit, and you come out with some fire, and we see that right now.
Jordan Rue, they play this and steer it aside. They'll pinch off the boards. 3 Cadets behind the goal line against 2 Red Knights right now as the clock winds to 1:25. They continue to battle. They play that one to the slot area. It's chipped back and sent the length of the ice. And icing will be your call.
Well, they just wanted to relieve a little pressure, get some fresh legs out there. Just a minute and 15. This is an important time for both coaches. You want to finish the period strong. You don't want to give the other team too many opportunities or too many looks. But I really like the personnel on this St. Thomas team. They have Ray Christie. They have Rob Christie. They have Peyton Matsui, who's probably, he's a goal scorer. He's not just a guy that can score goals, a natural goal scorer. And they've shown their wares on the score sheet tonight. So Benilde, that this final 18 minutes and 13 seconds from this point, they're going to have to be cognizant of them, and they've done a pretty good job so far.
Indeed. Oh, look out. Ooh, that could be from behind, and it will be. We'll see if they go interference. Cross-check. Ooh, you could have gone in. You could have got the full bevy there, Bart Archer.
Indeed, another late in the period penalty by Benilde-St. Margaret's. Not really what you want at this point. I think Bart took an elbowing penalty last period late, and now we have another penalty just a minute and 2. So the challenge is in front of the Red Knights to pick up their teammate and get through this. The good part about it is a minute, 2 seconds left. They can put their primary killers out there for this one, take a break, regroup, assuming nothing changes, and come out with their ones again. So there is a bit of a benefit having a split penalty.
There could be pros and cons to that, Bart Archer.
Just stay out of the box.
Ryan O'Neill was there. We'll get this camera situation squared away for you with 45 seconds to go in the period. Cadets with their second straight man advantage. They play it to the left wing side. Back down low to the corner, one-timer. No stick there. Great play by Hain. Off the boards it goes. That hits traffic again, back into the neutral zone.
Boy, Clark with an outstanding kill so far without a stick. He got in front of that shot and deflected out of the zone. Well done.
That'll trickle to the line with 10 seconds to go. Cadets control. They're going to play it up high to the left circle. There's a shot. Glove save, and a beauty by Limestone.
Wow, that was a good shot by Ray Christie. He's the perfect person to take that shot just on top of the left dot. One fluid motion, targeted that one for the glove side, but I think Limestone saw that puck all the way. Really, really a good save. But I want to get back to that Nate Clark, senior defenseman for Benilde. He was mucking it up in front of the net, lost his stick and got his body big, blocked his shot, came out, blocked another shot, tried to take a stick from his forward. He had nothing to do with that, so the forward went back to play D, and Nate Clark just continued to be effective on that kill.
And that'll do it for the period. The Cadets will have a power play for 58 more seconds to start the third period, rather. And the lead 3-2 as we go to the intermission. We're going to take a timeout. We're going to fix that camera issue for you. Thanks for joining us here on the CatholicSportsNetwork.org. It's the Red Knights and the Cadets. 3-2 in favor of St. Thomas Academy.
The energy here is unbelievable, and you can just feel it from the students. You can feel the students are excited.
Everyone is a part of the team. Every faculty member, every student, every teacher is there to make this place a home for everyone so that they can learn, that they can grow spiritually, academically, and that everyone can succeed in whatever they think is the best.
You come in here and there's just this amazing amount of energy, and that energy is seen in the hallways of people passing each other, acknowledging each other, the way the teachers interact with the students and just with each other.
We want to make global leaders. We want to make people who are conscientious of what's going on around them and can not just look at really hard problems, but can really work to solve them.
The faculty and staff at Benilde-St. Margaret's are an incredible group of people. They care deeply about students, they care deeply about education, and a particular kind of education, the kind of education that really helps students to flourish, that helps students tap into their passion, helps students to contribute to the world.
Well, it's really cool to come to a middle school that's connected to the high school because you can meet all your high school teachers and get super comfortable with the school and with everyone who works here before you even go into high school, so that your high school experience is so much more enjoyable.
The ability for a little 7th grader to go up to a junior student and to be friends and to be able to explore their passions together, that's what I think exemplifies the spirit of community and family.
At Benilde-St. Margaret's, we do traditional education very, very well, but where we really thrive is in providing unique educational opportunities that prepare students for the world of tomorrow. So students are...
Feel the student. The energy here is unbelievable, and you can just feel it from the students. You can feel the students are excited.
Everyone is a part of the team. Every faculty member, every student, every teacher is there to make this place a home for everyone so that they can learn, that they can grow spiritually, academically, and that everyone can succeed in whatever they think is the best.
You come in here and there's just this amazing amount of energy, and that energy is seen in the hallways of people passing each other, acknowledging each other, the way the teachers interact with the students and just with each other.
We want to make global leaders. We want to make people who are conscientious of what's going on around them and can not just look at really hard problems, but can really work to solve them.
The faculty and staff at Benilde-St. Margaret's are an incredible group of people. They care deeply about students, they care deeply about education, and a particular kind of education, the kind of education that really helps students to flourish, that helps students tap into their passion, helps students to contribute to the world.
Well, it's really cool to come to a middle school that's connected to the high school because you can meet all your high school teachers and get super comfortable with the school and with everyone who works here before you even go into high school, so that your high school experience is so much more enjoyable.
The ability for a little 7th grader to go up to a junior student and to be friends and to be able to explore their passions together, that's what I think exemplifies the spirit of community and family.
At Benilde-St. Margaret's, we do traditional education very, very well, but where we really thrive is in providing unique educational opportunities that prepare students for the world of tomorrow. So students are inspired to learn next generation skills like creativity and problem solving and critical thinking, and they have opportunities to connect to the real world. So whether it's bringing expertise in from the outside or whether our students are going out into the world and connecting to it through forensics and biomed and engineering and journalism, there are just countless opportunities for students to have these sort of next generation academic opportunities.
Students are coming here for an experience that's going to carry them through into their future. And as 7th and 8th graders, they're coming in looking forward to the high school experience, and they're getting prepared for that. And as high schoolers, they are being prepared for the next, whatever experience comes next for them. I have looked at plenty of research that says the students that we have here are going to be working in careers and in fields that are not invented yet. And the kids who graduate from BSM go out and do amazing things.
I love the technology. It's something that I have found so incredibly helpful. The idea that I don't have to carry around textbooks for all of my classes, and the idea that I'm so connected using like Google Docs with friends that we can do projects together. It's something that I feel like really helps your education, and it's something that you'll use in college and after college, and I think this is a good place to start learning how to use it.
They just seem a little more advanced, and they just seem to have a little bit of an edge, and I think it's because they're part of this community where they had so many opportunities, and not just academic.
BSM is a place that offers everything to everyone, and I always tell parents, get involved, and I want your kids to get involved. That's how they create their friendships.
With over 29 different sports and over 30 different clubs and activities, we have something for everyone. I highly recommend that kids join an activity, even things they haven't done before. Really step outside themselves, because they find they really have good experiences meeting other kids outside their comfort zone, and they quickly find how much they enjoy things, whether you haven't done it before or whether you have.
These are kids that are going to do great in life, who are going to give back to the community, and that little extra something they pick up at Benilde-St. Margaret's is going to help them even be greater.
There is an aura of respect in this community. It's respect. I saw it on the day that I came here. It was respect for teacher to student, student to teacher, student to student. There is a pervasive aura of respect, and we've got it, and we've always had it, and that's not going to leave us. We're just getting stronger, and I think it's a commodity that's increasingly in demand and desperately needed by our young people. And I would tell any parent to bring their child here for that very reason, if no other.
The energy here is unbelievable, and you can just feel it from the students. You can feel the students are excited.
Everyone is a part of the team. Every faculty member, every student, every teacher is there to make this place a home for everyone so that they can learn, that they can grow spiritually, academically, and that everyone can succeed in whatever they think is the best.
You come in here and there's just this amazing amount of energy, and that energy is seen in the hallways of people passing each other, acknowledging each other, the way the teachers interact with the students and just with each other.
We want to make global leaders. We want to make people who are conscientious of what's going on around them and can not just look at really hard problems, but can really work to solve them.
The faculty and staff at Benilde-St. Margaret's are an incredible group of people. They care deeply about students, they care deeply about education, and a particular kind of education, the kind of education that really helps students to flourish, that helps students tap into their passion, helps students to contribute to the world.
Well, it's really cool to come to a middle school that's connected to the high school, because you can meet all your high school teachers and get super comfortable with the school and with everyone who works here before you even go into high school, so that your high school experience is so much more enjoyable.
The ability for a little 7th grader to go up to a junior student and to be friends and to be able to explore their passions together, that's what I think exemplifies the spirit of community and family.
At Benilde-St. Margaret's, we do traditional education very, very well, but where we really thrive is in providing unique educational opportunities that prepare students for the world of tomorrow. So students are inspired to learn next generation skills like creativity and problem solving and critical thinking, and they have opportunities to connect to the real world. So whether it's bringing expertise in from the outside, or whether our students are going out into the world and connecting to it through forensics and biomed and engineering and journalism, there are just countless opportunities for students to have these sort of next generation academic opportunities.
Students are coming here for an experience that's going to carry them through into their future. And as 7th and 8th graders, they're coming in looking forward to the high school experience, and they're getting prepared for that. And as high schoolers, they are being prepared for the next, whatever experience comes next for them. I have looked at plenty of research that says the students that we have here are going to be working in careers and in fields that are not invented yet. And the kids who graduate from BSM go out and do amazing things.
I love the technology. It's something that I have found so incredibly helpful. The idea that I don't have to carry around textbooks for all of my classes, and the idea that I'm so connected using Google Docs with friends that we can do projects together. It's something that I feel like really helps your education, and it's something that you'll use in college and after college, and I think this is a good place to start learning how to use it.
They just seem a little more advanced, and they just seem to have a little bit of an edge, and I think it's because they're part of this community where they had so many opportunities, and not just academic.
BSM is a place that offers everything to everyone, and I always tell parents, get involved, and I want your kids to get involved. That's how they create their friendships.
With over 29 different sports and over 30 different clubs and activities, we have something for everyone. I highly recommend that kids join an activity, even things they haven't done before. Really step outside themselves, because they find they really have good experiences meeting other kids outside their comfort zone, and they quickly find how much they enjoy things, whether you haven't done it before or whether you have.
These are kids that are going to do great in life, who are going to give back to the community, and that little extra something they pick up at Benilde-St. Margaret's is going to help them even be greater.
There is an aura of respect in this community. It's respect. I saw it on the day that I came here. It was respect for...
Welcome back to the St. Louis Park Rec Center, home of the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights, as they host the St. Thomas Academy Cadets in a 3-2 game. It's been a good one here so far. And, you know, Bart Archer, how'd we get here?
Well, St. Thomas Academy opened the scoring at 3:51 of the first period. It was Ray Christie scoring his fifth from Peyton Matsui. Then on the power play at the 13:03 mark, it was Peyton Matsui with his sixth from Blake Holmes and Ray Christie. Benilde-St. Margaret's answered again on the power play in the first period at the 14:37 mark. Joe Collins with his sixth goal from Nate Clark and James Callahan. Opening the second period at the 10:59 mark for St. Thomas Academy, it was Blake Holmes scoring his third at even strength. And Benilde-St. Margaret's at the 12:48 mark answered back. It was Nate Schweitzer with his first goal of the season, and Dylan Hayne and James Callahan on the assist. Callahan, that's his second apple on the day. Shots on goal that period, 10 for St. Thomas Academy, two-period total of 19, and Benilde-St. Margaret's 7 for a two-period total of 13. But overall, a pretty good period. Trying to see if there's anything else notable on here. Face-off wins. St. Thomas holds a 19-18 advantage, so Benilde-St. Margaret's hanging in as it stands in the face-off dot, and I think as Pete and myself talked about earlier, that's a key component. But St. Thomas still with a minor advantage, but again, Benilde-St. Margaret seems to answer all the categories.
Yeah, they do. You know, I think the thing is shot efficiency, though. 14 shots attempted, 13 hit the mark for the Red Knights. You know, 19-13 of your shots, but they've taken 41. 14 have been blocked by... Now, it's a number. Well, the Red Knights are blocking shots.
Going to the Wayzata Trojan School of Defense. But a lot of the shots are from...
Can anybody really do that? I mean,
no, not really. You can only hope to mimic. But too much on the periphery as far as the shots. But when St. Thomas got in tight, they got in tight and got some good looks. So Benilde-St. Margaret's going to have to be cognizant of that. 52 seconds left on the penalty to Benilde-St. Margaret's.
Now it's going to be Foley with a wrister. Nice little stick save. Blocker pad high by Limesand. He looks dialed in here tonight, Bart.
Rebound corner.
He's a freshman.
Oh.
See, you thought he was a senior, didn't you?
No, actually, we've had conversations about him before, but he plays like a senior. He's very poised out there for a very talented young man. Takes away those low percentage or those high percentage shots down low.
Ray Christie with it. Gifts it back into the corner. Foley walks, shoots, pad save, rebound. Limesand covers. Face off to his right.
Boy, he teases you with that 5-hole, and he closes that gap awful quick. But pretty good look by St. Thomas Academy. Just 23 seconds left in the penalty to bar. Very important face-off for both teams. St. Thomas, they can get possessions, work it around, get a really good look. But if Benilde-St. Margaret's can win this draw, get it down the ice, that pretty much will kill that penalty.
Face-off win there by Schweitzer, or rather Schweitzer handles. It's going to be Ray Christie. That's too far for the outstretched stick of O'Neill. 12 to go in the man advantage as the Red Knights look like they've killed this one off, but they'll have a freebie out of the zone one last time. Do the Cadets moving from right to left across your screen. Radio dial if you're listening to us. John Newhouse on your way back from Des Moines. Matsui's shot, that's deflected up and off the netting. Great to hear you're listening in. Thanks for the kind words.
Absolutely. Well, Benilde dodged a bit of a challenge on that one. Obviously, being a man down against St. Thomas Academy, they're hovering around the 29% mark on the power play, and so far they've had pretty good success on the penalty kill. I'm speaking of Benilde-St. Margaret's, but now what they need to do is get the puck out of their zone and really kind of get back to skating their lanes and putting some pressure on the Cadets' defenders.
Red Knights look to shovel ahead. Collins was there, gives off to Barr on the left as he cuts to the right, back in behind the net, jammed on the play by Shimmick. To the line, Rister, that's going to be dribbled wide of the mark, and it'll be taken over from the right wing by McFadden as he plays to center ice. Red Knights play back in. They got to touch up a couple of times here. As they finally do, they're good. And now they're going to pursue the puck. That was Hain there. That's off the skate there of Ian Barr. To the corner it goes. Down he goes. Herzog is there. They're going to play it out front. Played back into the corner by Holmes. Now it's Stucker out of the corner. Stucker stays on it from the left side. Scores! He rings it off the post and in. Seeing eye shot from up high. It's 4-2 Cadets.
Well, with Stucker, that was working the edges actually pretty well on that one, kind of drawing the defender along, and I think people kind of got a little, I don't want to say bored with it, but they kind of lost interest thinking he was going to make a play across the grain. But indeed what he did is he just put that shot on goal. It caromed off the near side post and in, so a very, very good shot. Very fortunate that it rebounded the right way. You have to feel bad for Limesand because he had good positioning on that one. That was just a shot that the puck had ice.
Just a titch tardy to his right. That might have left a little bit of an opening there for Stucker to score that goal.
But it's like everybody thought he was going to go misdirection, and he just turned and fired on the net. Any shot's a good shot.
First marker of the senior for the junior center. Down goes a Cadet player as the puck is cleared to the line and sent back in. Don't forget tonight's coverage presented by Housing Hub, Cambria, and many others. Part of the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights crew. If you're a Catholic school and wondering why we're not doing games, the network is here. Michael Kautzman is your contact from the Academy of Holy Angels. We'd love to bring you on board and start covering some more of your games as well. It doesn't have to be just hockey. We're multidimensional with our productions. Newhouse on the chase there as he's beat to the puck by Foley as it's played back in behind the net. Here they come out of the zone, the Cadets with it. Left wing side, they hold the 2-goal lead at 4-2. Wingus, that's too much and icing the call.
Yeah, just a bit of a misfire, thinking they're trying to get Matsui through the neutral zone with some speed. But I think line changes, and I'm not just trying to pick on the Red Knights, but I think line changes are very important. You want to keep those fresh legs out there. The way the St. Thomas team plays, again, they make you defend the whole ice, but they're very efficient up front and very swift. So you want to make sure you have fresh legs out. Better to be early off than late. But that's going to be an important component moving forward. 14:08 left in this third period. St. Thomas up by 2.
Charlie Warner tossed from the squared circle as Norkoski comes in for the faceoff. Cadets win as they ring to the right wing side for Ray Christie. Back in behind the net. The outlet to the left wing, but it's held in by the Red Knights' Bischel. And they'll play it once again. Bischel comes away with it, gifts a pass. Nice little one there for Norkoski. Went inside out. Quick shot in on Kelly, who makes a stick save. He got there in a hurry. Back in behind the net. It's going to be swung up around the right wing side by Holmes as it's played to the near side. Ray Christie looks to find his man in stride, and Rob Christie. They'll look to play it again as that's swatted down. Puck rolls to center. And on it, it's going to be Charlie Warner. Across the line, Ray Christie leaves. It's bumped back up to the neutral zone. Oh, nice job there by Norkoski. He's one-on-one. Carries it low. Shot. Nice save by Atticus Kelly as he had to reach out to his left. Defending there was Holmes. Big check of the neutral zone. That's going to bring a penalty for Peter Keese, I believe.
Indeed, I'm curious what the call is going to be on that one. But it was, again, to back up a little bit. Norkoski did a nice job of actually getting that shot using some speed. It looks like it's going to be a cross-check penalty. Boy, Benilde-St. Margaret's is making it very difficult for themselves playing a man down against a team with a 29% power play.
That was the definition of checking from behind or boarding about 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It's the truth. And they have really kind of gotten away from that. I'm calling it out. How do you like that?
If it needs to be called out, it needs to be called out.
I was there when we did the video for the Minnesota State High School League for all the officials and players to view. And that was clearly one when you drive the numbers from the back into the boards or into the post or anywhere from behind. That's from behind. It could be from behind or boarding. But nonetheless, it's a power play, 2 minutes for the Cadets. Just wanted to bring that up.
And I certainly echo those sentiments, and you want consistency through. So there's a lot of things that still need to be addressed on that.
A lot of that came to a close. Of course, after the Jack Jablonski injury, they focused on it, and players started to clean that stuff up a little bit.
And I think they did a good job of taking the responsibility to clean it up, but now it's sustaining and having a defined definition of it and enforcing it consistently.
And not feeling bad for giving it 2 and 10. There's a shot, nice save by Benilde-St. It's going to be handled now and swung around the wall by Collins as back into his own zone goes Wingus. He'll look to take the puck off the end board, set up by Kelly with 12:09 to go in the third period. Plenty of time for the Red Knights to cut this 1-1 as they trail by 2 for the second time in the game. It was a 2-0 and now 4-2 lead for the Cadets as they'll race this one up to the right wing side. Number 4 ranked St. Thomas Academy and the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights. Across the line, oh, it stays on the stick. It was glued. And a shot over the glass off the netting by Ray Christie.
Well, it was a nice challenge by, I think it was Jet Johnson on that one. Really forced him to change his plan on that one. Pulled it back, as you said, the puck was like on a magnet. Tried to change the angle of that shot and take the stick out of the way, but ramped up and out of play faceoff. Now to Benilde-St's left, 11:48 left in this third period. Been a good game so far. I think Benilde-St. Margaret's is hanging in, but they got to get some offensive zone time to really kind of stem the tide here. But they're down by 2, but they better get on their horse here pretty quick and get some offensive zone time.
Collins plays it to the right wing side. Hain is there as he waits. He shovels it up high in the air. Bounding puck played away off the left wing side. Now it's going to be Matsui with it. Matsui guides it to the right wing. Little touch pass. Nice pass to himself through center. On the play there, that's O'Neill. Plays it back in behind the net. Clark will ring the boards. Boy, he's been kept out of this game for a while. Haven't said his name, Nate Clark, for a while, and they're going to call an icing call.
Yeah, well,
thinking it's youth hockey. They're thinking it's USA Hockey, youth hockey.
I gotcha. Right. And I know that you and Gino talked about that rule a little bit. I don't want to necessarily get into that discussion, but it is certainly interesting to discuss, perhaps. But they're going to do obviously a center ice face-off just because of the faux pas.
Well, Greg Vanelli is saying that the face-off should be inside the zone because the rule had changed, unless it's different in high school. But it used to be, or at least I know at other levels, it's where the puck originated from. It used to be center, and then it moved to that. So anyway, we face off at center.
We move on. But, Pete, you're right about Clark. I think he's been out there. He just hasn't been too much on the offensive side, but he's got his hands full defending.
Across the line it goes. Nice defensive job by Schweitzer. Up and out of play. You know, Greg and Tom Vanelli have run quite the ship here at St. Thomas Academy. They've been to the state tournament and won many titles as the Class A entrant. They went to the state tournament as a Class 2A team. I think their first year. Missed last year, if I remember correctly, if that's how it worked. And then now this being their third season, they got state title hopes with this team.
Well, and their teams are always very swift. They play good position.
They are.
They just do so many things so well. But they have the respect of not only their peers, but all the other teams in the state, knowing when you're going to play against the Cadets, you're going to have your hands full. And tonight is no exception in that respect. But they just keep getting better. But they always put out a nice addition, whether it, they graduate some players, but they move other ones up, and that's what good programs do.
They skate with confidence, and they skate with purpose. They know where they're going in all zones. Here comes Kasurik from the corner. Looks out front with it, tried to sweep that through a pair of wickets. It didn't work. Back up into the neutral zone it goes. Poke to safety. Across the line they go. On it, that's going to be Jackson Hallam. That's over the top of the goal, off the glass. From the left point, well wide of the mark there by Shimmick. Now to the right side, Holmes with it. He has a goal tonight. Back through center, it's going to be Rube. He's pickpocketed. And turning it back is Herzog. That pass was deflected off about 2 or 3 people. Now the foot race ensues. Vega gets there. He gets jammed by Rue to the corner. Rue works on him. Stucker has stood up. Nice check there by Warner. Back into the corner it goes. We're under 10 minutes to go here in the third period with 9:45 to go in it. Now it's going to be Clark across the line. Clark pulls the puck to the corner, guides it toward the goal mouth area, and that's going to be picked up and played back up to the center ice area. Again, it's going to be Clark playing that one in back behind the net. Foley is there.
Boy, he's all over the place.
And once again, they'll play this one to the left wing side too far. No ice on the play. Clark could have played, they say, as he handles it behind the net, bumps it off the boards to the right corner. Out of the zone, it's Foley. Chips the boards, bounding puck. Warner takes over across the line. Nice job to kick it back onto the stick. Down low, and a deflection by Nurkowski. It's Kelly with a big pad save for the Cadets out of the net. Back in behind the net, a little behind the back pass. Now up the ice they go. Vega was there. He loses the handle. Kelly says, let's slow her down, boys. Covers and hangs on.
Well, Norkoski showed some good speed once again. He's had a couple pretty good looks, but it was a nice redirect in front. Really a nice job of actually drawing the defender and getting it out front. Norkoski had a redirect, but as you said, big save by Atticus Kelly on that one. Just reached out his pad and got the tip of it, but that's all it takes to keep it out of the net. Faceoff's going to be to his right.
As I like to say, he went showtime.
He did go showtime, and the crowd got their money's worth on that one. That was a very nice save. Trying moment.
Face-off win controlled and played back in to the near corner. That's Wingus who tried to play it up the rail. Clark is there, another number 6. Taken over back in behind the net for Holmes. And it's going to be Holmes who looks to play it up the left wing side. And Wingus will take over as he tries to work the zone. Nice job by Ian Barr to make the play. And he'll send it off a pair of skates. Collins plays this one. Look out. There's a shot. Hayne nearly found the top shelf. Rolling puck gathered in. They love to open it up. Ray Christie finds Matsui who can skate. He'll play it. Oh, he tried to find Matsui, and the puck rolls through into the slot area. Shot pad saved by Limesand. Really good work there. That one misses the mark. Loose puck picked up by O'Neill to the corner, and it's going to be shoveled out of there by the Red Knights from the left corner to the right corner. Open puck, 50-50. Who wants it? Foot race. That one between Hayne and it's Wingus to make the play. He holds it in the line in front of the Red Knight bench area. Really solid hockey game here tonight from the St. Louis Park Rec Center. Pleased to be a part of this for you. Now Collins stick handles through traffic. Nobody there as the puck was left free and swatted away by the defense. A one-timer from the line. That one wide of the mark. Now it's going to be Callahan there from the right point. Bats it down with the hand. Had to leave the feet as he plays that back in behind the net. Now it's going to be picked up by Collins. He loses the handle. Glass, funny Karam. Christie was there. That's Ray Christie. As that's off him, and it's played to the near side. Ray Christie, of course, as we know, headed off to Colorado College, Colorado Springs. Nothing more beautiful than that.
Absolutely.
It'll be he, Ray Christie, that clears the zone, turning it up ice. They go with Matt Schweitzer. Schweitzer trying to make a move on the defense. That's Holmes who said no with the stick. To the near side it goes. Now it's going to be the Red Knights maintaining possession, sending it back in behind the net. As it's going to be Foley with it, he'll have to hurry as Newhouse takes over to the right side. Lots of pressure down low. Kusurik was there as well. And they'll work it out of the zone through center with McFadden. McFadden, drop pass into the midsection and handled there by Limesand. 6:45 to go in the third. It's 4-2 Red Knights.
Well, it was a good shot from the point from Shimmick, but Limesand kind of took a peek behind himself. I think that he received that puck quite well, but he wanted to make sure it didn't dribble out. But we're getting into the trying moments for this Red Knights squad. 6:45 left in regulation time. They really have to kind of get something positive. That last shift, they sustained good pressure, but they didn't get the shots on goal. So first step taken care of. Now they have to make that next step and make Atticus Kelly make some big saves, which he's certainly capable of doing. But they got to get on their horse.
Kusurik takes over as that hits traffic. It's set in front of the bench area. Foot race. Nice job there getting inside for Rob Christie. He tried to center the puck but couldn't find anybody as it comes to the near wing. Stepping down to make the play, it's Will Shimmick. There's a shot that hits traffic. And now it'll be the Red Knights to wind it back up from the right side. Out of the zone with Rue. The left-hand shot on the off wing carries it to the corner. He'll be angled by Shimmick and just crushed. That is not good.
No arms are up.
Wow.
Well, the thing about it is Rue was down, and it was a legal check. I don't know if it was necessarily, but it's just the proximity of where his upper body was, which is the kind of the concerning moment. He's up. He's a little bit angry about it, and he should be, and he's having some conversations, perhaps a little bit, or at least Clark is. But a moment of concern seems to be
I would just call that a scary collision.
Indeed it was. I thought, with the sensitivity that we talked about before, I thought that they would give it a little bit more of a discretionary look. But
well, he kind of jumped and turned.
Correct.
All in one.
Yeah.
So it's,
and you can't hold the aggressor, so to speak, in that you can't hold him necessarily responsible for that one.
The guy squared up to you in a turn. It's a little bit of a tough play there. But nonetheless.
He's up and healthy. That's the most important part.
He's up and healthy and happy.
I don't know about happy.
But I was thinking of a healthy baby.
Right on.
Across the line. That's Johnson. Pad save. Kelly. They score! They're
going to count it.
Jet Johnson, I believe that was, goes to the net. Or was that Was I seeing Ian Barr instead? I'll have to take a look at that one.
I think you're right on the first one. I think it's Jet Johnson, by judging from the celebration. That's going to be his first one of the year. But what a big goal it was, 5:46. He pulls him within one, but that's just going to the net. The initial shot was taken. The save was made by Kelly, and I don't know if the rebound snuck out, but he poked that one in. Again, it's a line drive in the box score regardless, but it's a counter.
We'll be able to get a look at this one on the replay here, as you'll see them. The Red Knights with energy across the line. They cut the deficit now to 4-3 with 5:46 to go. There's the original shot. The rebound sits free. And bang, there it is, back of the net, Ian Barr.
Never quit on the play, and always finish it out until the whistle.
Callahan with it off the face-off. It's 4-3 now. Cadets lead the Red Knights.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see St. Thomas getting the big challenge. In fact, St. Thomas kind of opened the season against Minnetonka. They dropped one. They've been on a pretty good roll ever since, only giving up, they gave up 4 to a very good Moorhead squad, 1 against Eastview, 2 against Farmington, 1 against Holy Family. So Benilde-St. Margaret's chipping away on a very good defensive squad, putting the challenge in front of the Cadets in the final 5:36 to hold on to a 1-goal lead.
Face-off win by Dylan Hain. That gets too far for Callahan. That was actually Jet Johnson that had the goal. I thought that was a 1-5 going to the boards. My apologies. Bishel and Norkoski on the assist. Down low they go with the puck. 5:15 to go in the period. 1-goal game here. Cadets look to spring a man. It's going to be O'Neill. Foot race ensues. He's watched to the slot area. That fails to click. And it'll be played back in behind the net. Swung around the wall. O'Neill plays that one up. Back in behind again. O'Neill is there. And it'll be handled by the Red Knights as they work it out of the zone. Callahan to the left wing side. Finds Collins as he's going to be watched closely on the play by Shimmick. From the corner back in behind the net. Now it's going to be Barr with it. Looks to the slot area. That's deflected up and over the area there. There's a wrist shot. Nice one from Clark in on goal, and it's going to be Kelly to slide over and make the save.
Well, good sidelines. St. Thomas did a good job of giving their goaltender a chance to see that puck from Clark. Pretty good wrist shot. I'm glad he didn't take the big windup. You have a better chance to get a good accurate shot with a good quick wrist shot. Maybe a little bit lower possible tipper, but Kelly did a nice job of crawling that puck. 4:34 face off to his left.
The Red Knights at 4-3 against the number 4 ranked team in the state, playing very well, having a lot of offensive possession, zone time. If you're this club, you have to feel pretty good about where you're going to be here at the end of the year.
Oh, absolutely. But that's the beautiful part about high school is there's always some teams that kind of surprise themselves a little bit. And these are the kind of the games, if you have questions going into the regular season, these are the games that can answer some of those questions. Not going to answer all of them, but we're seeing a lot of a fight on this Red Knight squad. We always knew they could skate, but I think their tenacity and their hard work are really paying off tonight. But now they're starting to go to the net again. If they can do that on a more consistent basis, this could be a team that can make some noise.
Indeed it is. Puck to center.
And they're very well coached.
Back in behind the net. Handled by Foley. Off the boards. Cut off by Kasurik. Gave it off to the left wing side. Up to the point it goes. Rolls the stick there of Foley. Seamus Foley off the boards. There's another Foley, Chase Foley. Got to keep them straight here, different clubs. It's the Leafs and the Wings here on the Catholic Sports Network.
And they both have pretty nice sweaters.
From Maple Leaf Garden. No, we're from not even Joe, the Olympia.
Oh, my word.
Wow. There's a shot. Oh, Clark had a bullet that wasn't seen by Kelly until the last second. Norkoski is there as they tries to play it up. This line tallied for the Red Knights, or Norkoski. It looks like he stepped into the position for Rue, who was shaken up on that collision in the corner. Now it's McFadden across the line. Back in and behind the net. Herzog, McFadden. No, that goes over his stick. That's going to be Norkoski who plays that behind Kasurik. And the long Karam for Holmes as he comes away with it. There's an opportunity down low that fails to click. We lost our feed for a minute there. I don't know what happened, but here we go. There's a chance off the side of that. 2:39 to go. Thanks for staying with us here through that.
Boy, it was a nice play from Matsui to O'Neill on that one. He was wide open, just couldn't connect on that pass. Red Knights dodged a bullet on that one.
Puck is played back in behind the net. 2:25. Boy, that clock is ticking quickly. I mean, you're the Red Knights.
Yeah,
it's like slow it down. But then again, the Cadets are saying, you know what? Let's just keep this simple here. Let's make it happen.
Not going quick enough for the Cadets.
Collins off his skate. 2:10 to go. Across the line, it's Hain with it. Plays for Clark. Clark looks up ice. Been a really fun hockey game to be a part of.
Absolutely. I think what Benilde has to do is they have to show some patience, but just wait for that proper moment. Don't force things.
Collins' shot buzzes the mark, fails to click. It's going to be Clark back in behind the net. The Cadets are content to play the defensive zone. They're going to have to keep the tight coverage as the Red Knights continue to buzz. Left wing side, they try to poke this to safety, and here they come out of the zone. It's going to be a 3-on-1. Across the line, it's going to be Rob Christie. Gets it back, touch pass. Oh, what a save by Limestad, and they score! Everything there, the finishing goal by Luke Herzog. Tic-tac-toe. It's now 5-3 Cadets.
Well, they really worked that in textbook fashion. A nice aggressive pinch by Benilde-St. Margaret. Just lost one of the rare battles along the wall, and the Cadets came down with numbers. Worked the angles. They got the puck to the front runner. He got it back over to the wide open net. They made the initial save, but the follow-up is what put the puck into the net to boost it to a 2-goal lead, 1:28 left. Not impossible, but Benilde-St. Margaret certainly has a challenge. But if you're St. Thomas Academy, that's a big goal at a big time.
That was a massive goal. That's going to be a candidate for one of our top 10 goals of the week on High School Hockey Weekly. Be sure to check out that program once again on the stateofhockey.com website. It streams live every Tuesday at 4 o'clock, and we'll also have it on demand. It's up and out already. All you have to do is hit High School Hockey Weekly from the homepage.
Boy, how about that
really
goal from Rancliffe?
That was
very
impressive.
Week 1. Yeah, with a bullet, probably.
Carter Wagner from Centennial gets the number 1 marker this week.
Boy, that's a good squad.
They are a good squad. I think McGregor picked up his 100th career point along the way, too, as well. The well-versed player. We're under a minute to play in the third period. Body check thrown off the end boards. And it's going to be played off by McFadden as they play this rink wide to the right side.
Open net.
It is an open net. Instead, they take the safe play and play it into the corner like that.
Very mature.
Nate Schweitzer is there. They get the change that they need to. That's the difference between winning a championship and not. As it's going to be the Cadets who shovel it up the left wing side with Shimmick. Red Knights turn it over at the line. Down to 27 to go in the period. Left wing side, Jordan Rue picked off and controlled. They're going to play it in with Matsui. Up off the glass, stays in play with 17 to go. Off the boards. This will be a quick ring by Christie behind the net. And over to take up the loose puck, it's going to be Schweitzer. Schweitzer tries to play it ahead. Wrist shot by O'Neill is knocked out of the air by Clark, and that's going to do it for tonight's hockey game as the Cadets win a hard-fought 5-3 win over the Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights.
Yeah, they earned this one tonight. Benilde really gave no quarter, so everything that St. Thomas Academy got tonight, they had to earn, and that's a testament to the Red Knights. The Red Knights were a very good squad that worked very, very hard, but they actually.
Bart Archer, you're on the air.
I know.
Danny Hendrickson.
Hi, Dan. Thanks, Dan. I'm glad I wear my hat so you don't have to adjust your brightness.
That's awesome. State of Hockey in the house. We're going to have a great Other Brothers segment coming up for you. Dan, did you get some good stuff? Did you get some good stuff? Oh, it is. You're going to love it here, man.
Yeah.
Did you get good stuff?
And you know, the kids were good. They weren't like as good as the first group, but it was like we did 6 minutes.
You'll make it look good.
Yeah, it was. There's enough. Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Bart? That's going to do it. Don't go anywhere. Danny.
Well, St. Thomas was who we thought they were. They have plenty of depth. But today's player of the game, we're going to go with Ray Christie tonight, number 15.
That's great. Ray Christie, your player of the game, will be back on the air. We've got a Catholic Sports Network game on Friday night. John Conley on the call. Dodge County visits the Academy of Holy Angels for a 7 o'clock affair. And then you and I will be on the stateofhockey.com with the Tradition Edina Holiday Classic. Grand Rapids, Edina, Elk River, Eden Prairie. We rotate the games over a 3-day period. It's going to be great.
It will not come quick enough.
No way. For Bart Archer, Joey Henches, Todd Grover, Danny Hendrickson, Gino Parrish, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.